front of you again?
Right here.
Can you let go? Let go. Let go.
Right here.
And this particular year, thematically, is like the theme is fashion is art. And I'm so glad that if I had to make my Met Gala debut, it would be with this theme and this particular year. So it all kind of comes together for me. And being a storyteller and filmmaker, you know, we sometimes box ourselves, you know, when filmmakers are meant to be behind the camera or just making their movies, telling stories. But somehow I think in the last 3 decades of me being in the business, I've pretty much ticked so many boxes that I've had as a child. Including hosting a talk show or now walking the red carpet at the Met Gala. So yeah, life's good. Then, of course, Manish is my best friend, and both of us have collaborated hugely on film for my entire repertoire of work. He's worked with me on each and every feature film I've directed. And obviously, he was the only person I wanted to go to. And then we discussed how we can actually do something. So I said, Manish, my debut at the Met Gala, or rather my expression, has to be my aesthetic. And my aesthetic is, to some, it could be maximalist or in your face, but to many, it would be beautifully dramatic. And that's what I wanted. I wanted a beautifully dramatic piece of work. Much like my cinema, much like the emotional energy of my movies, I wanted the garment to reflect that. Because if I'm going to be at the Met, and this is going to be my debut, then if I don't do some element of drama on that carpet, then what have I done? What have I achieved? I'm like, I can't, keeping it simple is just not my thing. I don't know how to do it. Well, I think it was essential for us to show our culture and heritage in its true form. And we have such beautiful, beautiful artists and artisans. So this took about 5,800 hours and 86 days for this garment to come together. And I felt that Manish beautifully and magnificently brought 3 forms of art together. Like it was hand painting, Zardozi, as well as 3D imaging. And I think that's what I loved about the garment, that it was bringing 3 schools of art within one artistic piece of work. I remember as a young teenage boy going to my parents' friend's home, and there was this beautiful coffee table book. And I remember, you know, when your parents' friends are at dinner, you're kind of left alone to your own device. In those days, there was no iPad, there was no like this gaming, there was no such distraction. So I remember just being so enamored by that coffee table book, and the book was on Raja Ravi Verma's work. So my fascination for his work goes back to over 35 years now. And Shah Rukh and our fashion and our movies have kind of been synergized beautifully. So for him being at the Met felt like a personal victory for some reason to me. The very next year I get invited, so I feel like it's a full circle. And of course, there have been so many other celebs. There's Deepika and Alia and Kiara, and you know, have all walked, the red carpet and have really done our country proud.
Oh, come on. Yeah, it's definitely. Let go of the dress.